The world in 1954 was a place of burgeoning hope and simmering tension. The Great Wars were over, but new lines were being drawn across the globe. Technology was marching forward, jets were shrinking the planet. But on a seemingly ordinary day at Tokyo's Haneda Airport, the world itself seemed to crack open, just for a moment. A fissure in our consensus reality. A man stepped off a plane arriving from Europe. He was well-dressed, Caucasian, another business traveler joining the post-war boom. He approached the customs desk with casual confidence. The immigration officer took his passport. He'd stamped documents all day, but this one made him pause. The passport looked official, authentic in every way. But the country of issue was one he had never heard of. Taured. They checked lists, consulted a supervisor, scoured every atlas, every government directory. The result was the same. There was no country named Taured, not on any map, not in any record, any. Who was this man who claimed to be from a ghost country? As the officials began their interrogation, they tried to build a profile, to find some crack in his story that would reveal the truth. He was a Caucasian man of average height and build, with a neatly trimmed beard. He was dressed in a smart business suit, looking every bit the international executive. Nothing outwardly strange about his appearance. He was calm, articulate, genuinely perplexed, a stark contrast to his bewildered questioners. His demeanor suggested mild annoyance, not fear or deception. His linguistic abilities only deepened the mystery. French, Japanese, and several other languages answered with ease. The stamps in his impossible passport suggested prior visits. He carried valid notes and coins from real countries. He had a Tokyo meeting schedule, the company name, and specific contacts. Hotel reservations, return flight booked, a meticulous itinerary. Entirely plausible and verifiable, or so it should have been. Driver's license issued by Taured, a checkbook from an unknown bank, a complete identity, history, profession, nationality. The only problem was that the world he came from did not seem to be this one. At the heart of the entire affair was the passport. This was not a crude forgery, the kind officials spot from a mile away. It felt like a genuine government-issued document. It featured an official crest, an intricate design none recognized. Paper quality, printing, watermarks, all suggested legitimacy. It was filled with visa stamps that appeared authentic. Japan, various European nations, dates and locations lined up with his account. How could a passport from a non-existent country bear legitimate entry and exit stamps? Was a forgery this elaborate possible, or was something else at play? The passport screamed, "I am real," while the world's map screamed back, "You are not." He took pride in it, the undeniable proof of identity and origin. He insisted Taured lay between France and Spain, where our maps showed Andorra. Taured, he claimed, had existed for more than 1,000 years. Imagine proving you're from Canada or Switzerland, only to be told they don't exist. Desperate to bridge the gap, officials brought a world map into the room. With confidence, his finger crossed Western Europe and hovered over the Iberian Peninsula.
It settled on the mountains between France and Spain, directly on Andorra. "Here," he said, "this is where Taured is. It has been here for 1,000 years."
The officials were stunned into silence.
He insisted the map was wrong, that Andorra did not exist. A glaring error, he argued, about a well-established European nation like his own.
For him, Taured's existence was fundamental fact. The map before him was the fiction. This was the crux. Two versions of reality colliding in a small room in Tokyo. They had their atlases. He had a memory of a nearly identical world with one crucial difference. The conflict was irreconcilable. There was no middle ground. Either he was lying or insane, or something far stranger was at play. The interrogation reached a dead end. How do you reason with a man whose world is not your own? With no resolution and the day closing, they placed the man in a hotel for the night while the investigation continued. Not hospitality, containment. 2 guards outside his door with absolute orders. He was not to leave. 1 entrance, no balcony, many stories up. A fall would be unsurvivable. They confiscated his passport, license, and checkbook, sealed in a secure airport safe. The guards took position for a long, uneventful night of watching a door. Inside, the man from Taured was alone with his thoughts. A stranger in a strange land. Was he afraid, planning escape, or trying to comprehend a world rewritten around him? The night wore on. No sounds from within, no disturbance, no call for help. The scene, quiet, controlled, contained. Morning came with the expectation of answers. No one entered or left. No noise, no lapse in vigilance. They knocked. Silence. The door unlocked and opened. The room was empty. The man from Taured was gone. Not under the bed, not in the closet, not in the bathroom. The window was locked from inside. No balcony, no ledge, no fire escape, only a sheer drop. The door had been watched, continuously. The disappearance was absolute. Then, another shock. The secure safe holding his documents stood open. Everything was gone. In the silence left by his disappearance, speculation ran wild. Hoax theory, an incredibly clever and resourceful con artist. But what was the motive? He sought no money and made no demands. How did he vanish from a guarded room and retrieve papers from a secure safe? Time travel theory, borders redrawn, Andorra known as Taured, or a temporal slip corrected at dawn. Yet his denial of Andorra points to something else. Parallel universe theory, an Earth almost identical to ours, where Taured exists in the Pyrenees. A brief rift opens and closes, pulling him and his belongings back home. The story does not stand alone. Whispers of others, like Jofar Voren from Laxaria on Sakria. Isolated incidents or related phenomena. The lack of evidence fixes it between fact and fiction, history and myth. Was he a con man or undeniable proof of parallel worlds? The mystery endures. If this mystery intrigued you, please subscribe, follow, and share. New stories every week.